next though? What's the next topic?
Topic two. Topic two. Actually, topic two. That's yours.
All right,
That's
and
yours.
I have this all warmed up for everyone. Hold on, let me get it pulled up here. So this was a quote that I actually found at Xavier in Cincinnati, and they had this like super innovative like startup type area, and it was awesome. They had a ton of quotes, and I literally went through it and took a picture of every single one.
Hold on. So what we're saying is, so what we want to call this? We want to call this what? For filmmakers, if you're down and out, this is a power up.
This is a power up.
Okay.
Or if you're just going through, like if you're in your element, whatever your craft is, and you run into those sticking points, which we all do. Those points where you just feel like, damn, I don't even know if I can keep going. This is your power. All right.
Okay.
So the quote is, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower," by Steve Jobs. So I don't know, like, I think when I read this, I felt extremely inspired, period. I was just like, that's probably one of the dopest lines that I've ever heard, and I don't think we need to explain who Steve Jobs is to anyone.
I hope not. I mean, there's so many products out there.
I mean, this dude is a he's like the definition of innovator. But I think for me, this quote stood out because I think like in any industry, there tends to be a norm. There tends to be, this is how you do things. Don't step out of line, so on and so forth. But for us, I'm speaking for us, we are very guerrilla filmmaking type people when it comes to just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not willing to innovate, you will be a follower. And if you become a follower, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make it. Now being a innovator or going out there and doing things completely like unheard of or kind of off the cuff, similar to the Caesar Fair thing, you run a large risk of failing, like just flat out failing. But at the same time, you can't be afraid of failure. One of the lines I always say, and I guess we're gonna give you 2 power ups today, is no means not right now. That's what it means to me. I think we've done so much just by flat out asking. It's been ridiculous. The whole Blood Fairies series was just a series of asks and receives, or asks and no's, and just, what I'm saying? So
that's correct.
I think we were able to be very innovative with that project in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like thinking outside the box, not being afraid to just say, you know what, I'm gonna figure this way out. I'm gonna figure this thing out. I know they say you need this, that, and the other, but F it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try it this way. And be willing to fail.
Yeah. Let me ask you this then, though. So when we were working on, Tales from the Blood Fairies, and like, how were you really feeling, like, taking a leadership role, and also like try to innovate, like, because some people may think like, innovating, like the story itself needs to be innovating, or literally your actions beyond it. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one did you balance more on? Because evidently Tales from the Blood Fairies is innovative. Like, the thought isn't original. There's no original thought out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, like, did the two kind of merge together, the innovation from one to the other? Or, you really get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, that is I don't know, I've never really thought about it, but I think it probably was like a duality to it. I think we've done like original content before, you know what I'm saying? And then we knew that we wanted to do something that people were a little bit more familiar with. So I think that innovation came from just us trying to figure out, what was the next move and what was the next project. But as far as leadership, I think for me personally, I knew that our resources was limited. I knew that, for the most part, we'll have people coming and going on a project. and I had to figure out how were we going to stay on target. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think I boiled it down to what is our like root figure. What is our foundation? And when it came down to it, it was mainly me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that at its very core, if I had me and I had you, we were good. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that it was even possible for us to get it done with just me and you, but you know, I tried to build a team in that fashion where that I knew that the weight would shift on one of our shoulders, and then everyone else that we ended up getting would just help build the house. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Dave and then Mike came on, and then, you know, basically when the crew started to come on, it started to alleviate, or, you know, people started to fill in the blanks. But I knew, I mean, I think from day one that I thought that it would probably be, I'm not gonna say impossible, but I thought it wouldn't be in our best interest to try to go the super traditional route, you know? So I know we had talked about, okay, so what happens if we don't get, you know, a deal with Pixar, or I mean Pixar, wow.
I know, but you're just saying in general. You're just saying it in general.
Yeah, so, you know, we thought about, you know, what about this Netflix thing? What about this Amazon? I mean, those things really start to come into play later on, but, you know, we thought about those things. So, I think at its core, being an artist, I mean, you're an innovator by nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as an artist, all you do is think about possibilities and ways, and you're always asking why and how, and you know, things like that. So I think it's kind of second nature. But I think with this project, I think, you know, it's just saying like, look, we gotta figure this out. No, it's not an option. We don't do failure. We don't do mediocrity. You know, so just figure it out. I guess that's it. I don't know if that answers the question, but I think that's it.
Okay, so take no for an answer. Figure it out, and don't be afraid to fail.
Right. And mediocrity, you can't do it. I mean, you can play in the sandbox, meaning like, you know, as much financing that you have, as many resources that you have, you gotta work within those parameters. But at the same time, you gotta know how to push those parameters further than what you should be able to do.
I will say this. I'm gonna add a little bit on to it. It may go outside the scope of this, whatever. But I will say this: do your best to still finish whatever you got going.
Absolutely.
Because even if you feel like it's not up to par to what you were doing, still finish it, because at least you have something that is done, and then you know where you're met. Because like, if you stop before you finish, your next thing, you may not get there to go to the next one. You push yourself further, you know. So I say just still finish whatever you have going.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, and honestly, it's like, I feel like, what's the point? Like, if you plan to run a race, or you plan to play a game, basketball, football, whatever it may be, if you don't plan to finish, what's the point? Like, don't start. Like, there's no reason to start if you don't plan to finish. Like, or no, not don't plan to finish. If you don't finish, everyone plans to finish, but you know, everyone doesn't finish. So the thing is like, finish. I don't give a damn if it takes you 10 years. Finish. Finish. That's it.
I would say what? Because didn't what's his name? James Cameron, when he went to do Avatar.
Oh yeah.
It took 10 years.
10 years, dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, he wrote it down 10 years. I'm still gonna do it type of mentality. He was like, the technology isn't there, so he went off and started doing what was he doing? Underwater documentaries or something like that.
Yeah, well,
you know, he was doing something. I mean, to buy in between the time.
Right.
You know,
I mean, same with Steve Jobs. It said Steve Jobs had the idea for the iPhone and iPad like way before, like in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't finish those creations, you know, what's the point? Like, there's still great creations, there's still great ideas. It's like, sometimes technology needs to catch up, or your education needs to catch up, or your skill set or whatever it may be needs to catch up. But finish, absolutely finish. Hell, this podcast is a complete experiment for us, you know?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we plan to keep it going
as long as
forever.
we need to.
Yeah,
as long as we need to, as long as you want it.
Right.
That's another thing too. As long as you want it, you know. Hey,
sure.
at the end of the day, you know, like I don't want to be talking as a mic. I don't think you be talking as like just to hear our own voices.
No.
You know.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, in fact, we're like behind the scene camera people, so this is actually kind of new.
All right then. All right, then. So I hope that helps you out for your power up.
Yeah, that's that power up for you.